will reach you, wherever you may be.
When I told, just please don't die for next 3 years, I will reach enlightenment to you wherever you are. Many people trolled me, attacked me, abused me. They never understood the seriousness with which I was uttering those words. I was repeating it.
When I say don't die for next 3 years, do not die within next 3 years. Somehow be alive, I will reach out to you. I really mean, please understand, it's not that I have some marketing plan through which I am going to reach out. I know when something powerful happens, how powerfully it reaches out to the whole world and it reaches out to the whole humanity. I know the powerful way Paramashiva is manifesting through this body. I know he is going to do the job. That is why I am so confident and putting this in public record. Just be alive, don't die within next 3 years. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. Of course, whether to have it or not is your freedom. He will reach out to you free of charge, free of any other commitment. Understand? Whether to manifest it or not is up to you, but he will reach out to you. As easy as putting the bread from your plate into your mouth and making it into your blood. Understand? Of course, you will have a freedom to put it from the plate into your mouth or not. That's your freedom. But I'll serve it in your plate and bring it to you. That easy. It will be reached out.
In my vision, I saw very clearly what is coming. Please understand. I wanted to put it on record once more in public satsang. I know this great pralaya is going to happen in 2020. From 2012, I started preparing people consciously to have a superconscious breakthrough. To see through this pralaya and help the humanity have a superconscious breakthrough. I am absolutely committed to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Whoever is ready to listen to me, I am here to protect, save, anyone who recognizes my identity, who recognizes me. I am here to save, protect you from this great pralaya and give you superconscious breakthrough. I am here to give superconscious breakthrough and protect anyone who recognizes my identity as Paramashiva. Whoever recognizes me, I am going to save all of them, protect all of them, give them superconscious breakthrough.
Yes, so we'll listen from Swamiji himself. About how just keeping ourselves alive is all that is needed. And the moment you keep yourself, at that point in time, none of us actually understood. And we also saw how the comments were at that point in time when Swamiji revealed this truth to the entire world. Some were mocking, some were not accepting, some were, they were like, it's too good to be true. How can it be? How can something be there like this? So, like that, everyone had individual ideas of it. But it is only after now after the COVID has affected, and not just affected, but it is in literally going in crores, the number of death and fatalities. Then the number is in crores who are getting affected, who are getting harmed, and who are actually losing their life due to COVID. Of late, very recently, I actually met with a person, and that person was actually sharing that even the COVID test that is being taken currently at this point in time, even those COVID tests, even though they show negative, are not accurate tests. Sometimes even those miss, and you never know what is going to happen when. And one of them, because of that, because it was tested negative, they thought they didn't have it, but then at the end, the person actually lost their life. And especially when you hear the news of your near and dear one, someone whom you love, who you really want to have, and want to be a part of their life in your family also. Especially those kind of people, when these kind of situations get affected, the moment you even know that someone is affected by COVID, it just mentally breaks you, literally breaks you down, shatters you. And now, for the first time, as Swamiji shared, just keep yourself alive and I will protect you. He has given us all an opportunity where not just being alive, but actually to rekindle that powerfulness in every one of us, to reawaken the powerfulness in every one of us. That is what Swamiji has given every one of us in this opportunity. Devi Parashakti herself has blessed with the Vaidya Sarovar, which is where the Nithyananda Linga is there. And this Nithyananda Linga, as you can see, here Swamiji himself prepared the Navapashana, which is the 9 poisonous herbs. And this was back in 2008 when Swamiji started the preparation for it. You can see so many photo clips where Swamiji himself spent time doing the alchemy, personally sitting and manifesting the qualities of Paramashiva, energizing it. As you can see, the entire process of the Navapashana happening. Actually, this science was available only with one person at that point in time, because all these sciences are those that are not taught in your universities or colleges, arts and science. No, it doesn't happen anywhere. But this has always been brought down as a tradition from the father to the son, or father to the next offspring, to the next child. That is how it has always been. And this science of Aushadha and alchemy that was revealed by Paramashiva himself to Subramanya, and Subramanya to Bogar, and then Bogar, and then down to various Siddhas, and till date, the various Siddhas who are existing, this science was almost completely lost. And it was only after a very long time that the right person who had the authentic knowledge of this science, the right proportions, and the right way of installing, the right place to procure all those herbs, the right person existed and happened. But even his own son was not interested in this science anymore, and he gave up. The last one that old person did was a Nithyananda Linga, and of course gave this science to our beloved Swamiji, and after a few years, he passed away. So this science right now is only available with our beloved Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the science of Navapashana. In the Padani temple, we have Dandayudapani Swami, who stands made of the Navapashana, where literally anybody who touches and prays to the deity or even consumes the milk or any offerings that is offered to that deity immediately get healed of various diseases and disorders. We're going to look at a small and beautiful documentary where Swamiji himself describes about the Nithyananda Linga. So please stay tuned while we all listen to this beautiful documentary.
Then ether began to move. From ancient times, the Upanishads say, in the beginning, everything existed in an unmanifested, unified state of pure consciousness. From that state of pure consciousness, the vibrations of the cosmic soundless sound, Om, manifested. From the vibration Om, the first element, ether, happened. Then ether began to move, which created air. Air is nothing but ether in action. The movement of ether produced friction, because of which heat generated. Particles of heat energy combined to form intense light, which manifested the fire element. Because of that heat, a portion of the ether dissolved and liquefied, manifesting the water element, and the same then solidified to form the earth element. Thus, the ether manifested into 4 elements: air, fire, water, and earth. And from earth, all organic living beings, like plants and animals, were born, and evolved to the most sophisticated form, the human being. The human being is a microcosm of nature. It has 5 basic elements and energy centers, called as chakras, inside it. It is a totality of existence. Only the human being has the possibility of realizing the ultimate state of pure consciousness from which everything originated. This is possible when one awakens the dormant potential energy inside the body, known as Kundalini. The Kundalini energy can be awakened through many ways: intense penance, meditation, yoga, or just by an initiation from an enlightened being who has experienced the ultimate within himself. Again and again, enlightened masters have appeared on the planet to help mankind to experience the ultimate. These masters have brought to mankind all possible paths, methods, and techniques for realizing the ultimate. Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a living enlightened master of the modern world, demystifies many truths of ancient science, bringing about a revolution in the evolution of human consciousness.
In India, all possible methods and technologies have been used to awaken the Kundalini Shakti, the potential energy of human beings. In the modern terms, the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Please understand, mechanical parts of the brain are responsible for your breathing, your blood flow, normal body functions like a liver functioning, simple body functions. But the mechanical parts of the brain are only very small part in your brain. There is a huge part, non-mechanical parts of the brain, which is not awakened in normal human beings. In India, different traditions have tried to awaken those non-mechanical parts of the human brain for various reasons, to have extraordinary powers, to have union with cosmos, to have the ultimate enlightenment itself. There are some traditions which use the breathing exercises for enlightenment. There are some traditions which use bending the body, yogasanas, for enlightenment. There are some traditions which use creating right understanding and ideas for enlightenment. There are some traditions which use very subtle, powerful method called alchemy, means with right meditations, adding energized herbs into the body. It is called Siddha tradition. In South India, especially in Tamil Nadu, the Siddha tradition was very popular. They made disciple to do particular meditation and pranayama techniques and add particular herbs into their system. When the herbs are added with meditation, it awakens the non-mechanical parts of the brain. Patanjali very beautifully describes Mani, Mantra, Aushadha. These are the three different methods of achieving extraordinary powers and enlightenment itself. Aushadha means the right herbs, energized, works, different ways in your system. It heals, awakens different extraordinary energies and leads you to enlightenment itself. You will be surprised. There are herbs energized and given by an enlightened being can lead to enlightenment just instantaneously. Because the master, whenever he initiates, he literally gives enlightenment to you for that moment. Unfortunately, your brain and the system is not intelligent enough to hold that energy forever. So it just loses. It's almost like a water poured on the inverted part. The part is kept inverted. How much ever water is poured on it? Not a single drop stays in the pot. Many of our heads are inverted part. That is why symbolically it is in the same shape. That is why any energy master pose does not stay in it. But the right herbs are added exactly for those few moments. The non-mechanical parts of the brain will be available to hold that energy. The energy is held by the body and mind. Immediately, enlightenment stays with your system. If that energy stays in your system for 21 seconds, that is enough. Then it will open the doors. It cannot again be lost. It cannot again be lost. So those herbs are only called Navapashana. Understand? Pashana means literally in Sanskrit poison. That's the word. But when it is processed, it is not poison. It is poison for your ego, not poison for your body or mind. It is a very powerful process. It is not actually poison even in ordinary sense. These herbs are actually saves very life and heals very body. Our masters have used all possible methods and techniques to heal human body, mind and consciousness. This Navapashana and these unique herbs are specially created in the planet Earth. The science is specially made available to planet Earth by the great Siddhas from southern part of India to make the bio-memory available to the master's energy. See, when you open, when your body opens itself to the master's energy, first instant healing, spontaneous healing, quantum healing, that's the first step. The second, evolved high mental state, beautiful blissful mental state. Third, body and mind which is ready for enlightenment. So naturally master can in, just like that he can share it. It's a very rare science for the Navapashana to happen. Three things has to happen. One, the right stapadi person who is in the field of construction of traditional architecture, traditional deities, traditional temples. Second, the person who is master in the science of herbs, who knows where it is available, where you can get it and collect and do the process. Third, an enlightened being who can put energy into it. It's a very rare happening. Happened 2000 years before once in a place called Parani in Tamil Nadu. A great Siddha, Bogar. He was master of all these three. He was an architect, means a traditional stapadi who can build deities and who knows the science of herbs because he had a lot of associates, disciples who are from different tribes, tribal people. So he was able to collect all those medicines and herbs. And third, he himself is an enlightened Siddha, Mahapurusha. Unfortunately, for the last 2000 years, all three combination happening was almost impossible, never happened. By the divine grace, after 2000 years, maybe 2 years before, again, all the three fell in place properly. Maybe
the world wants once more the science of Siddha tradition be made available to the world. Cosmos wants the science of this Siddha tradition made available to the humanity for the sake of physical, mental and spiritual healing. And we had the fortune of being a space where that can happen. We had right Stabati and person who knows the science of creating deities and temples. Our Stabati who built this temple is the Stabati who built the largest temple tower in India, means in the whole world, the Srirangam temple tower. Largest traditional temple tower is Srirangam temple tower, is the Stabati who built that. Not only he knows building the deities, the science of creating deities and temples, he knows the science of these herbs and has had right contacts, right people to collect, procure herbs, and we also had some more contacts to collect the right herbs. Unfortunately, the architectural excellence, intelligence of Stabati and his and some other people's knowledge about the herbs and my presence, energy, all three fell in place beautifully. What has happened is Ananda Lingam in our ashram in Vaidesaro.
सुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गं ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम् देवमुनिप्रवरार्चितलिङ्गं कामदगं करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गं देवमुनिप्रवरार्चितलिङ्गं कामदगं करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम् ॐ नमो नित्यानन्द ॐ नमो नित्यानन्द सर्वसुगन्धिसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम्
In the spiritual consciousness, this is one of the greatest happening. All you need to do is just sit in the banks, in the steps of the Vaidyasarovar for 21 minutes and unclutch, apply ash, basma on your body, take bath in the Vaidyasarovar, the water which comes out of Shivalinga, and after the bath again sit there for at least 5 minutes on the banks and feel the chillness
and inhale and exhale using the whole body. Please understand, I am giving you the exact technique of how to use Vaidya Sarovar. It is a spiritual energy field. How to use it completely for the optimum benefit. First, sit on the banks and unclench for 21 minutes. Apply the ash all over the body and take bath from the water which comes out of Shivalinga. Of course, the whole water is water out of Shivalinga. It gets stored there. You will be surprised. From the same sprinkler, before it touches the Shivalinga, Anandalinga, if you take that water and keep it in a bottle, it will be spoiled by 15 days. If you take water, just after 10 seconds it travels from the Anandalinga and comes out. That water does not get spoiled for 6 months. We experimented it. Same way, the milk, if you take it and keep, it will be spoiled within a day. Same milk, pour it on the linga, and when it comes out, take it. Just take, maybe it will travel on the Shivalinga for 10 to 20 seconds. That's all. Take that milk and keep it for 15 days, it will not be spoiled. We tested it. The power of the herbs and energy. So take bath in the water, sit again on the banks for 5 minutes. Inhale and exhale using the whole body. Your body will be healed, your mind will be in peace, you will be ready for initiation from the Master. To hold the energy in your body, mind and biomemory. Please understand, this Ananda Lingam is one of the most powerful happening in the cosmos in last 2 years, and it's one of the precious gift given to humanity by the cosmos using this body. You can say thousands of healing miracles happened to the people who took part in the Vaidya Sarovar, and thousands of spiritual experiences for the people who took part and meditated on the banks of the Vaidya Sarovar. Thousands of benefits people experience by installing Shivalinga on the banks of Vaidya Sarovar, and the benefits people experience by doing Abhishekam, directly to the Anandalinga. More than me explaining to you in words, I sincerely request all of you to come and experience Anandalinga. I invite you all to welcome. I invite you all to come and live and experience Anandalinga, the power of Anandalinga, how the medicinal part heals your body, how the energy heals your mind, and both prepares your body and mind for the initiation from the Master to lead you to the enlightenment itself. And meditating on the banks of the Vaidya Sarovar, the presence of Anandalinga, how it helps you, leads you to spiritual experience and ultimately enlightenment itself. So let you all use the Anandalinga and experience enlightenment. Let you all achieve and radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाति
So indeed, it's a very rare science that is available as of now on the planet Earth for all of us to get benefited. As we are seeing that because of the wrong grand narrative that has been given for the Hindus have started dissociating themselves with this Hinduism and the Guru Sishya Parampara. And because of that, we have not been able to get the next and next generations investing their time, life, energy into these sciences, so that these sciences can be kept alive. And we can see here one more great science, the super science of Hinduism, has been lost just because the next generation has not taken interest into these great sciences. Swamiji has finally saved it, and it's going to be a great opportunity that when these sciences will be transmitted to the next generations. But as of now, what we have in our hand is that Ananda Lingam, a great consecrated, where Paramashiva himself is living into that linga, because that linga itself has been consecrated by the incarnation of Paramashiva himself, Devi Parashakti herself, as Parashakti told in the Akashic reading. So this is a very rare opportunity where the Mani Mantra Aushadha, all that has been used. We had the opportunity where the great Astapati, Swamiji could find the great Astapati, who from the tradition of their family, they knew how to do, how to build, how to carve the deities. And then the person who knows the science of Navapashana, as we saw in the video, that after 2000 years, again this is happening on the planet Earth, which makes it very, very rare. And after the Dandapani, Dandayuddhapani Swami, this linga is being made by Swamiji, so that Astapati and then the Navapashana, then the Siddhar, who knows the science of Navapashana, who could recognize all the various 9 herbs, bring them, put them in proper compositions, give the right procedure to create the deity out of it, and then the incarnation, who could actually consecrate the super consciousness into that, bringing all the 3 together and making it available for whole humanity to take the benefit of it, to have a mental healing and physical healing, and at the same time being ready to receive the higher consciousness and ultimately receive the enlightenment, receive it, experience it, and radiate that enlightenment.
Yes, exactly. So just like how Ramnath Maharaj is sharing, so Maharaj, I just wanted to add a few points to what you were beautifully sharing about the Navapashana, and how the most important part of the Navapashana linga itself is one is this ancient science of alchemy. At the same time, it can only be, it is not just a physical combination of different herbs, but the combination of the herbs becomes complete only when a living incarnation of Paramashiva, living incarnation of Parashakti, actually initiate and invoke and energize that particular herb. And as Swamiji was sharing, literally, I've been in the Vaidya Sarovar, the Nithyananda Sarovar, the Nithyananda Linga, having been blessed by the opportunity to be able to drink the sacred water that flows out from the Abhisheka Tirtha, the Abhishekam water that has been offered to the Nithyananda Linga. And as Swamiji was shared, even this experiment that was done, where even milk, you all know that the milk, especially when you offer it, or the moment you even have it, okay, so it gets spoiled within a day when it is not boiled and kept. But the milk that is actually offered to the Nithyananda Linga, there are so many people who have seen this in their own life, have seen, witnessed this miracle, where they have seen milk staying at least 10 to 15 days without getting spoiled, because the very particle that makes up the milk is completely changed. So no more the milk is milk, but it loses its properties of the physical matter, and it converts itself to that superconscious energy that is programmed by our beloved Swamiji. And Ramnath Maharaj, there are so many people that have experienced this miracles in their life.
and milk does not disintegrate, and just nothing special, it's just crosses through that lingam for 10 to 15 seconds. The milk which has not crossed that Shivalingam, which has not been offered, and the milk which is offered goes through the complete alchemy change just
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिकालक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyananda, I welcome all the viewers all around the world for Devi Parashakti, Bhava Samadhi Darshan and Akashic readings program. We've had numerous responses, experiences, life-transforming moments for thousands of devotees all around the world, and we're going to experience yet another life-transforming and remarkable program today. So, with no further delay, we'll start the session today. In today's program, we're going to see and experience the cosmic divine feminine consciousness manifesting through the Nijavatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And joining with me is Mananatma Swami, who is also going to share the glimpses of the Devi Parashakti, Bhava Samadhi Darshan and Akashic reading program. Yes.
Nithyananda, welcome
Next
everyone.
slide, please.
On this beautiful day of Akshaya Tritiya, such an auspicious day today, and we welcome each and every one of you joining us via YouTube Live, Facebook Live, via two-way video conferencing, sitting all over the world, and being here to experience Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. It is an auspicious Friday, which is a very auspicious day to have to pray to Devi Parashakti. Not just that, today is also the day of Akshaya Tritiya, a very, very, very auspicious day. And today is where the Lakshmi Puja is done, and for the wealth manifestation and for abundance. Today is a very, very, very auspicious day. So on this auspicious day, we are having the darshan of Devi Parashakti. So we welcome each and every one of you who are sitting with us on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, two-way video conferencing from all over the world, joining us for this program. We welcome you all. So this is a preparation program for Devi Parashakti Akashic readings, and we'll be having approximately around 4 hours of preparation, how to prepare ourselves to receive Devi Parashakti. And then at around 8 p.m. today evening, we'll be having the darshan of Devi Parashakti manifesting through the Nijavatara, the physical embodied form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And following that, we'll be having a power manifestation session where you will be manifesting the extraordinary powers that you are initiated to today. So let's see what we'll be covering in today's session. We'll introduce you to what this program is about, what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan, and we will be having a very interesting demonstration of extraordinary powers by the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We'll share with you about, and brief introduction about who is Devi Parashakti, what are Akashic readings, how can we benefit by attending and experiencing an Akashic reading session, the darshan, the diksha, the Akashic reading by Devi Parashakti herself, manifesting through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and ultimately you will be manifesting the extraordinary powers that you have been initiated into.
Now, what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan? What is Samadhi? Samadhi means one with the source. Bhava is the attitude or the aspect. Bhava Samadhi means one with the source through this aspect. And today that aspect is none other than the divine cosmic feminine consciousness.
The aspect you choose through that bhava, being one with the source, the samadhi is called bhava samadhi. So the aspect that we are choosing or we are presenting to you today is Devi Parashakti. Through that bhava, connecting and experiencing that oneness with Devi Parashakti is bhava samadhi. Knowing that aspect is ultimate, being in oneness with that aspect is called bhava samadhi.
The divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time-space zone, through deities and incarnations. The divine cosmic beings manifest through two methods. One is through Archavatara, the deities in the temples. Because we do not have the ability, we are not that matured enough to connect with the deities in the temples and experience that divine cosmic beings, there is one other way that Paramashiva has given an opportunity for us to experience these divine cosmic beings through Nijavataras, the darshans, the Bhava Samadhi darshans, through the Nijavataras, the incarnations.
Now let us understand the benefits of Bhava Samadhi darshan. Bhava Samadhi darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, your latent potential energy in every being. Now, what happens when the Kundalini Shakti gets awakened? Extraordinary abilities start expressing through you. You'll be able to manifest the extraordinary powers of third eye, ability to have remote vision, ability to scan anybody's body, levitation, teleportation, materialization, etc.
The Bhava Samadhi darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti and your whole brain becomes alive. This influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves the immunity to disease. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain becomes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, and transform our lives.
Now, having a darshan or even just a glimpse of the Bhava Samadhi darshan brings a lasting transformation in us, cleansing lifetimes of karmas and raising us to the next level of subconscious breakthrough, like hitting a reset button on our being.
During Bhava Samadhi darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. The mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, our entire body silently and without movement recreates what is happening, distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar.
Now, let's understand what are Akashic readings, the readings from the cosmic archives. Now, Akashic readings is not a prediction. It is a reading from the cosmic archives, and there is no such thing as past, present, and future. Beyond the dimension of space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. And it's only the dimension of time starts past, present, and future. But in Akashic records, there is no such thing as past, present, and future. That is why in the Akashic records, there is no past, present, and future. Whatever we call as happened, happening, and yet to happen are already recorded in the Akashic readings.
Now, let us see who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism from whom we are going to experience the divine cosmic feminine consciousness today. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa. a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based universities a lifestyle for humanity.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Supreme Pontiff of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham, the Tondai Mandala Adinam. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam, present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of Kailas Sonnata Shyamala Peetha Sarvajna Peetham. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, the head of all the spiritual leaders of Atal Akhada, the ancient apex body of Hinduism. He is the present 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swargapura Adinam, and he is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by the congregation of over 1,000 plus Hindu leaders or pontiffs.
Revered as a teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read and watched. Authored 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, Sanskrit. Translated into 50 languages, over 1,000 titles. Over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read and downloaded. Over 10,000 hours of discourses delivered. Enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally. Respected as a commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Brahma Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jain Sutras, etc.
He is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. He is the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas, Rudras, Rishis, Rishikas, Bhairavas, Bhairavis, Sannyasis. He is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, which is Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University in the world, with satellite campuses in 150 countries. He is the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa's enlightenment ecosystems. He is the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvanya Peethas. He is the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. The next, we are going to witness the demonstration of extraordinary powers of Paramashiva expressed by the Balasins and the Nithyananda yogis. This is something which you have never heard before or seen before. So let's get ready to witness the demonstration of the extraordinary powers of Paramashiva. Let's have a quick break.
One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built.
Now, as we saw, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, services and various channels through which humanity can experience a superconsciousness. And today, we are going to be seeing one of the most important contributions of the Supreme Pontiff to humanity, the manifestation of extraordinary Shaktis. So today, the Balasins and Nithyananda yogis, all the initiated disciples, will be demonstrating the Shaktis of third eye, sharing their experiences and results of the extraordinary initiation with all of us. And today, in the end of the Bhava Samadhi Darshan and the Akashic readings, everybody who is watching it, everybody who watches it, receives the Diksha, the initiation and the awakening of these extraordinary Shaktis within them. So what are Shaktis? Every human being, Paramashiva and the Agama beautifully reveals that every human being is embedded, inbuilt, hardwired with the ability to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis. These Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are the divine and you need to awaken the divine within you. You need to manifest the divine within you. Not that you are a man who needs to reach the divine. And this fundamental cognition founds the difference between Siddhis and Shaktis, because that's what often people tend to get confused with. So what are Siddhis and what are Shaktis? Siddhis manifest as a side effect of your penance, and the Shaktis manifest as a Diksha, where an avatar or an enlightened being initiates and awakens this in you.
Manifest when you are doing the penance, when you are going in the path of enlightenment, and these are not permanent. They may distract you from enlightenment. Whereas Shaktis are permanent. They manifest to ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way, and they are from the space of enlightenment.
Paramashiva is a source of the Shaktis. Paramashiva, the primordial divinity of Hinduism, the source cause, the ultimate reality, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, and all-pervading, unchanging, beyond time and space. Paramashiva exists in his two states, the Avyakta and the Vyakta. In Avyakta, the unmanifest component, Paramashiva exists as Adho-mukha or Ajo-mukha, the unborn, the unmanifest. In his Vyakta component, he manifests as Paramashiva with 25 heads, 50 hands and 75 eyes, performing the Panchakritya of the cosmos, keeping the whole universe alive and running. The Panchakritya are the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Sthiti, maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, liberation. These 5 cosmic acts is what keeps the whole universe running. Now, Paramashiva, to provide this science to the humanity, to make this science available to the humanity, as one of the most compassionate response to all the prayers and tapas of the humanity, Paramashiva himself assumed the physical form, the embodied form, the incarnation, the Nija Avatara, as the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Swamiji, as a 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, is walking the planet Earth, making this science available to humanity in one of the most easiest, practically applicable and user-friendly format for humanity to use these sciences and benefit in their everyday aspects of life. Now, this extraordinary Shakti has been passed down through the Guru Shishya Parampara, the master and disciple lineage. Swamiji, as the avatar of Paramashiva, was birthed as a result of the penance of so many siddhas, enlightened beings, yogis, rishis, Brahma yoginis, and sadhus, sannyasis, and so many others. Actually, all of us can see the pictures of all the enlightened beings, yogis, and everybody who are blessed to play the role of Guru in Swamiji's life. Swamiji was birthed in various disciplines such as Vedanta, Mantra, Siddha Vidya, Yoga, Yogic sciences, Mantra Shastra, and the science of power manifestation, the science of Aushadha, Advaita, Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva Jnana, and Paramashiva Vijnana. And in each of these, Swamiji was birthed as an avatar, and now Swamiji is providing all of these sciences to the humanity through the Diksha.
Now, how are we going to have these Shaktis awakened in us? It is through the process called as Diksha. Understand, every ultimate truth, the Jnana, mapped into our consciousness, Prajna, manifests as possibilities and powers of every being, Prajnana. Now, what is Diksha? Let us watch a short video. So now all the sciences that we are learning are authenticated with four aspects of evidences: the Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, and Pratyaksha Pramana. The Shastra Pramana is from the source scriptures, Vedas, and Agamas. So these Shastra Pramanas are having the evidences of the powers, the sciences that we are learning, that we are manifesting. So establishing the fact that these are not something newly invented, but these are time-tested sciences. The next is the Apta Pramana. The evidence is collected from the lives of the great Aptas, Rishis, Yogis, enlightened beings, the Vedic scientists, therefore establishing the authenticity of these sciences, how they were practical. And today, the living avatar, Swamiji himself, when he is doing, and Pratyaksha Pramana is establishing the authenticity of these sciences with the help of modern day research, the scientific research, empirical evidences, etc. So these are the four aspects of evidences with which whatever we learn is authentic.
Now, these pramanas, especially the Shastra Pramana, is directly taken from Vedagamas, where Vedagamas are the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, where Paramashiva himself reveals the science behind all of these extraordinary Shaktis. Vedas are the pure science which talks about the science as it is, and Agamas deeply and elaborately narrates to us how we can apply this science to manifest our everyday reality in life in terms of our lifestyle changes. So Vedas are like pure science and Agamas are the applied science. And since Paramashiva himself reveals it in elaborate detail, this is given the status of Shruti. Now, without further delay, let's get started into the manifestation. We will first be witnessing the power of third eye and then the power of body scanning as well. So power of third eye is where the Balasans will be blindfolding themselves, completely covering their eyes and seeing through the third eye. So we'll now chant the pramanas, the evidences, the 4 aspects of evidences to all of you. The first is the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference. This is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, one of the scriptures, the source scriptures of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Kapalantar nasya tishtan milita lochanaha kramena manaso dadyat lakshaye lakshyamutamam. By fixing the mind on the inner space and having the eyes closed, in succession by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. Now, this is a translation of the verse, and next is the Apta Pramana.
The Apta Pramana is from the Mahabharata, where Arjuna, when he was about to have the Vishwarupa Darshan, Krishna says to Arjuna very beautifully, Natu mam shakyase drashtum aninaiva sachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshu pashyam me yogamaishwaram. But you cannot see my cosmic form with these physical eyes of yours. Therefore, I grant you the divine third eye. Behold my cosmic opulence. Hence, whatever Arjuna saw in the Vishwapadashana Yoga through his third eye is what we have it today as Vishwapadashana Yoga, a chapter in Bhagavad Gita. It's like this.
The Atma Pramana, where all what we saw as a reference in scripture, Swamiji himself manifested in his life, played it as a divine Leela, and therefore showing humanity the possibility of what human beings can do. And just as young as 11 and a half to 12 years old, Swamiji, when Swamiji was sitting and playing with meditation, Swamiji had the complete 360-degree vision, the enlightenment experience, where Swamiji was not only able to see everything around him, above him, below him, but also Swamiji experienced complete oneness with everything around Swamiji. Now, this science, what we saw now, is also scientifically established and validated with some of the most latest equipments that are available. And this research was first directly conducted on the Supreme Pontiff himself. The Supreme Pontiff himself personally underwent this research to establish the authenticity of this science. Actually, we all can see in the picture where the positron emission tomography, or more popularly known as the PET scan, where the brain activity is measured, which region of your brain is highly active is measured. And we can see the result and the scientific findings, which left the scientists and doctors in complete awe and shock. This research was conducted in the US, and we can see that whether Swamiji was in intense activities, like Swamiji was serving people, or Swamiji was giving darshan to people, or Swamiji was giving satsang, walking, all of that times, or when Swamiji was in the deep state of samadhi, means the highest restful state of awareness. At both the times, Swamiji was constantly existing in one of the most heightened states of consciousness and performing all the activities through the third eye. And actually, we can see that the doctors found out that the frontal lobe, exactly where the third eye is located, that region was highly active during when Swamiji was performing the activities. And even in Swamiji's Samadhi state, only the third eye region was active.
So now, today, we have thousands of people who are initiated and manifesting the Shaktis. And we have the Balasins of the Nithyananda group who have come here today to manifest these Shaktis and demonstrate these Shaktis to us.
And actually, this is the first Shakti. The second Shakti is the power of body scanning. We will be taking you all through the pramanas of the power of body scanning as well now. So, the power of body scanning, the reference is in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, the source scripture of Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
Swadehe jagatorvapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante yajjate para.
Cognize from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of one's own body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, consisting of the essential reality, the source cause. And thus, by the experience of oneness, one attains the ability to see everything around him. So this is a translation of the verse of the Shastra Pramana. Next is Apta Pramana, beautiful incident or a story from one of the great Siddhas. So one day a man suffering from a severe infection comes up to Agastya and he requests for a solution. And Agastya uses the power of body scanning, scans and find out what exactly is the illness or issue that he is having. And not just scanning, he reveals the solution for it as well. He says there's a tere, a type of a frog sitting in the person's brain grooves. He calls one of his disciples and tells him to perform a surgery and remove that. And 2000 years ago, this was done. Understand, this also shows how advanced our medical science were. So it showed the surgery was done and the frog was removed out of the person's brain and he was completely healed of it. Thus, the disciple gained the name Teraya. And even in the Atma Pramana, in Swamiji's very own life, when Swamiji had an accident and Swamiji had fallen off of a horse, even at that point where it was an open fracture, one of the most complicated fracture, Swamiji used the power of body scanning and Swamiji was able to identify exactly what was happening in the body, what needed to be done, and Swamiji used the medical opinion as a medical findings as a second opinion to verify Swamiji's findings. Now let us get ready to see the live Sakshi Pramana of the power of third eye and body scanning. Without further delay, joining with us, we have Manitya Yoga Pranananda, Manitya Virajananda, Manitya Kaladharananda, and Manitya Brahma Yogananda. Yes, and now all of us are going to be taken through a live demonstration of the power of third eye and the power of body scanning as well. So all the viewers that are watching us on YouTube right now, you all can comment. See, all of you are going to be continuously deciding what the Balasan is going to do, what she has to do, what she has to do next, what they have to place where. So we'll be explaining what they're going to do as well. So you all can be there with us throughout in the comments. And yes, you can request for body scanning as well, and we will be scanning.
Yes. So what is the power that we're going to be manifesting today, Ma Yoga Prana? What are we going to be doing in the third eye round right now?
So as we have the Balasans joining with us, so every day the Balasans are coming up with different games or different ways of how we can use third eye practically in our life. So I also wanted to share with you all, even the born blind children, the visually impaired children, have been initiated with the science of third eye awakening, where they are able to start seeing through their third eye without having to use both of their eyes or make any changes with their physical eyes. Now today, the Balasans are actually going to be doing something a little bit more different with us, to present to us. So they're going to be having a set of shapes drawn in front of them. And then the viewers are going to be choosing who goes like Ma Virja or Ma Kaladhara, who takes up what shape. And they are going to be filling that shape by pasting colors in them. It's not just going to be coloring. They're going to be filling the shape with the color chosen by the viewers on YouTube. It's like, let's say, Ma Rekha Hegde. You can choose saying, okay, Ma Virja, pick up pink for the shape that you're choosing. And she's going to pick up the pink colored bits of paper Apply the glue on each of them and paste it and fill the
The
shape.
most important thing is they are going to be completely blindfolded. Wow. And when they are blindfolded, so this is not that we're trying to demonstrate some skill that they have or any magic here. This is a science where we are able to see through our third eye. So without further ado, let's get into the round right now. Yes, I welcome my Yoga Prana and Manitya Vrijananda and Manitya Kaladananda. Nithyanandam.
Yes. So my Yoga Prana, you can get started now. You can go ahead and you can explain and you can put on the eye bands and let's get started.
Yes. So just as Nithyananda and Mata Trupti had shared, we have a bowl full of color papers over here, you can see in the camera, and Ma Kaladhara and Ma Virija will be taking any one color which the participants post and will be sticking it in the shapes which is drawn on the paper, and they will be doing this blindfolded. So
yes, you can go ahead and you can start. I request the interview operator to kindly project the balisons.
yes. So I have two eye bands with us, two eye bands with me. In front is a complete opaque sheet and behind is a thick sponge with two holes. I request.
Yes, my Yoga Prana, I would just request one moment so that we can project you so the viewers can see as you're tying the bands. Meanwhile, Ma Anesthesia Ramprasad, yes, looks like you have requested, you're saying, Nithyananda, can my daughter Daniela Small, 15 years, get a body scan? She gave the permission. All right. Amma, yes, we are going to be projecting the balisons shortly.
I think there's some technical hills that are facing. So we'll be going for a short break and then we'll be coming back and we'll be continuing this.
1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Baba Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Baba Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities, in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities, and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Baba Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, They manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask, bless you. You see, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness, completely expresses.
Just like Radhika, when I see my own sweetness in the mirror, I become eager to taste it. I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our biomemory to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
So let's get started. Welcome back, dear viewers. And we have the Balasans ready. And yes, Ma Yoga Prana, now I request you to show the eye-bands to the Balasans and kindly put the eye-bands on the Balasans, please. You can show the eye-bands to the participants, the eye-bands on the Balasans.
And I'm seeing two messages. One is Ma Anastasia Rampersad. You're asking body scanning for your daughter. And Crystal's TV, you're asking body scanning for yourself. Yes, so first I'm starting to do the body scanning for Ma Anastasia Rampersad's daughter.
Yes. And I'm going to start placing the eye-bands on both the Balasans.
Now you can see that the Balasans have a set of a bowl full of colors, the crumbs of color papers, and also they have a color palette with them. And we have two writing pads in front of them. You can choose which color the Balasan needs to be filling in which sheet and which shape. And they are going to be doing it. So we have Ma Nitya Virajananda and Ma Nitya Kaladharananda. Looks like Ma Kaladhara is ready. So we are going to be showing a close-up of the shapes for all of you. And you all can post in the comments. We all can post in the comments and what shape, what color needs to be filled. Yes. Ready, Ma? Yes, Ma Yoga Prana, you can now show the shapes to the close-up in the camera.
So the request the NTV operator to kindly project us also.
So we have two shapes, both are the same shapes on the paper, and all the viewers, all the live viewers can post which shape and which color. So we also have a color palette with us, and in this color palette we have 9 colors. So all of you can see all the colors and can post which color you want, Ma Virija, and which color you want,
So
Ma Kala.
which is the color that you want the Balasans to color? So we have a list of a range of colors. Looks like dark pink, pink, blue, turquoise.
Yeah, and actually we have so many people also who are commenting. Antriksh Anand, Deepak Dhanik, Anastasia Ramprasad, Crystal C, Kailasas Gurukul, Tamil, Canada. So you all can post in the comment. You can say triangle for Ma Virija. Actually, there are only 2 shapes, triangle and a square. So you can put triangle for Ma Virija and square for Ma Kaladhara. Like that, you can choose one shape for each. And please do post it in the comments. And you can choose from 1 to 9, whichever colors you want the Balasan to fill. So you can say the color 1 for triangle and for Ma Virija, and the color 2 for Ma Kaladhara for square. Anyways, so you all can feel free to post it in the comments. So we are going to be reading that on the comments and picking it up. Yes, Ma Yoga Prana, you can yes, you can have the Balasans read the comments, whoever is posting, and you can have them pick up the paper, the shape and the colors, their respective shapes.
Yes, so Ma Virija and Ma Kaladhara, you both can start.
Okay, why don't you actually read the comment now?
Okay. So Antariksh Anand has posted triangle, and Anastasia Ramprasad has posted yellow. So both of you can start.
And Antariksh Anand has also posted a number along with it. What number has he put?
7.
Great. Yes. So now, why don't you guys get started off with that? So, Ma Kaladra, you can take triangle and the number 7, and Ma Viraja, you can take the number color yellow.
And
so you
fill your shape square.
Yes.
So both of you can get
Go
started.
ahead and start it. Meanwhile, Anastasia Ramprasad, as you had requested for a body scan for your daughter. So I'm just going to be scanning and sharing with you what was revealed in my third eye. So what I was able to see, Ma, one, she is having a lack of an enzyme in her body, specifically in her upper small intestine. And this is causing the breakdown of nutrients to not happen properly. And if you see, and there's like one factor, a blood factor, which is slightly out of shape. This is like a genetic one that she has, where the few enzyme, a factor is out of shape. And because of that, the specific nutrients, like some specific vitamins, are not able to get into her blood, causing the tiredness that she's continuously expressing and experiencing. And she's also having a bloated stomach. Even though her overall body weight might be lesser, she's having a bloated stomach because of this enzyme not being in her body. Therefore, the breakdown of food is not happening properly, and which is causing a lot of unnecessary gas. If you see, even her, like throughout the time, she'll feel very, very tired and very weak. How much of it, whether she eats, not eats, the stomach size would be the same. It is because of this. And there's a lot of like a heat that is getting generated in her body, same because of this. And which is right now like affecting her overall health. And she, if you see, her immunity itself is quite low. And you can ask her and see how many times, even like in the, even whether she's going for class or anything, she'll suddenly have that whole low mood swing. She'll just go through a sudden low phase. All of a sudden, she'll just drop low. She'll be normal. Suddenly, she'll feel very low inside. It is the effect of the parasite which is sitting in her lower intestine and which is causing the problems with her motion also. And this is what is the main reason why her skin is also getting affected. If you see, there are many times there will be very small, like not rashes, like how you get pimples, something like that. She gets on her hands. So it will be very small, but it will make her skin feel very itchy at many times. And so she might think it is dry skin, her skin is becoming dry, but it is actually the impact of the parasites which is sitting in her gut. So if this parasite goes, all the problems that she's facing with the skin, as well as within her body, the tiredness that she's going through, all these will go. And this is the main thing which is also affecting her memory power. Like right now, she finds like remember things. Even though she's intelligent enough to grasp, she finds it difficult to remember. She finds many times suddenly her brain just gets like, not able to remember clearly. She'll have in her brain. So you could actually acknowledge in the comments if you're able to relate with all of these, But this, the only solution is that her whole gut needs to be completely cleansed. She needs to take salt water. She needs to drink salt water, like warm salt water, and completely drink it, and then completely cleanse the stomach with that. Castor oil and malic acid. So these are the three things that appeared in my third eye. So she has to cleanse, like there should be intense cleansing that is happening for her stomach. I also saw a bitter gourd. So I think that also needs to be consumed by her for her stomach, the parasites in her lower intestine to be cleared. So you could now acknowledge in the comments how much you were able to relate it.
Yes, Anastasia Ramprasad, please you get back to us in the comments. And meanwhile, my yoga prana, we can see the balasans are filling the colors with the bits of. I request the camera that's showing the paper to go a little bit more closer, please. We can see, but it's not the focus is not here. So we request the camera that's showing the close up of the balasans coloring to take it a little bit more closer. Yes, my yoga prana, you can hold it actually in your hands. That would give a clearer view to the participants.
And meanwhile, the next person, Crystal Stevie, if you're still here tuned in into the comments and you're watching us, please do let us know that you're watching us. That way I can scan your body and I can share with you.
Yes. My yoga prana, you can hold the camera in your hands. And could you just show us a close-up of what the balasans are doing so far? So all the viewers that are watching it and everybody who commented can see how much the balasans have done with what they have commented. So please could you go ahead and show us a close-up, Ma? You can take it in your hand and show it to us.
Okay, so 2 people have responded. So Anastasia Ramprasad has posted, Ma, everything was right. But I realize that everyone has the heat in their body. Do you know what is the cause of the heat? Everybody has heat, of course, because we have Jataragni in our body. But Ma, her heat, the experience that she is having, is because of the imbalance in her gut. Specifically, there's a parasite just sitting, Ma. It needs to be intensely, some cleansing has to be done for the parasite to come out. If you ask her, it's not just a normal heat. She'll just keep feeling very irritated. Like she'll feel very tired and very irritated. It's only because of the parasite. It's not a problem with her. She keeps thinking she is the problem. She needs to understand, no, it's just the gut. Once the gut is clear, she's amazing. She herself will realize it once this problem, gets healed. And Crystal Stevie has put, hey, I am her. Sorry, see, I don't know, like based on the names, when I once I start scanning, all those details will be revealed. Okay, Ma, so Crystal, now let me scan you and let me reveal whatever that is showing for you.
And meanwhile, you can see how beautifully Ma Kaladhara has filled up. Yes, I request the camera to also show us Ma Viraja's coloring. You can see Ma Kaladhara has beautifully put yellow all over her triangle. What Ma Viraja has done. Ma Viraja also has filled yellow the triangle, but she's done it. Oh wow, she's done it so neatly. We can see so neatly Ma Viraja has actually filled up the whole color yellow. Wow. Actually, Nithyananda Ma and Ma Anastasia Ramprasad, you both can see, just as you both requested, the balasan has filled up the color, the shape that they have given with the color. And both of them have picked up yellow and they've picked up the shape triangle. And they both are doing it. And Ma Viraja has done it so meticulously. You can see her shape, the bit of paper, the way she's put it all is in the same format. And so neatly she's filled it. And we have Ma Kaladhara also, who's just done with it. So we can see both the balasans, Ma Viraja and Ma Kaladhara, with their eyes blindfolded. They were able to see clearly within their borders, the borders of the shape. They're able to fill the bits neatly. And yes, Antariksha Anandaya has put, they're coloring so cutely. The balasans are so super conscious. Yes, Aya, absolutely. Actually, each of us are a super conscious being. And the avatar has happened to awaken and make us into that, make us experience that super consciousness. And the Balasans are actually pasting the color papers. So they're not even just taking color and putting it in. They're taking the bit of the
like a mixture. They have a mixture of colors. When with your physical eyes, it takes time to know which color, but they are able to do that with their eyes blindfolded, completely eyes are tight. You can see that. And with that, they are taking the colors from the mixture. They're able to take the color and they're able to put the right colors. Yes. Now, just wanted to share Crystal's TV. I scanned your body. So there are a few things that came. One, like your face muscles are slightly weaker. To be specific, here. So just at this part, the muscles are quite weak, and that is one of the reasons for which your chin, the chin will be slightly bigger here, and this is also causing, like, like you'll feel like your face is becoming droopy or everything. Only one thing needs to be done. You need to start like this part needs to be strengthened. You can do some exercise or something which will strengthen this these muscles. And one more thing I saw was, there's a lot of water retention that is starting to happen in your system, and the water retention which is happening, it's also happening on your arms as well as in your stomach and as well as on your legs. But it's mostly in your stomach and in your arms only you will be seeing this. And this is caused because of there is actually a imbalance in your liver. So there is a secretion that your liver is supposed to be doing, which is not happening properly. And because that is not happening properly, it is affecting the whole digestive system, which is why this is being caused. And your body is detecting its own cells as its enemies, and it is attacking its own body. There are in many parts of the body, that is say, like many times you would notice like a sudden rash or sudden swelling, or like something suddenly your body is attacking itself. So this is one other thing that came into, and you also have short-sightedness in your eyes, and that is like actual short-sightedness that you have, which needs to be corrected, like maybe with the surgery or like with glasses, etc. And that because of that, there is a slight headache that you experience towards the right side of your head. So these are the only things that came. And of course, sorry, one other thing that came was a back pain. So back, the lower back towards your right side, lower back, and this entire region actually is you experience the pain. And that pain is nothing but the stress that is caused in your muscles, the tension that is caused in your muscles because of the posture that you're sitting in. Yes. Now you could acknowledge all this in the comments.
Ma Crystal Steve, please to get back to us on the comment section. And meanwhile, yes, Ma Yoga Prana, could you show both Ma Virijas and Ma Kaladharas, please? Could you just show Ma Virijas and Ma Kaladharas together so the viewers can see? And yes, Antariksh Anandaya, you had picked up the number 7. Manasi Sharam Prasad had picked up the color yellow, and you both had chosen the shape triangle. And here you are. The Balasans have exactly done as per your request. Both of them have picked up the shape triangle and the color yellow. So both of them have picked that up, and they have filled the hole, which they have pasted the bits of paper in the shape accurately. So that was so beautiful. Thank you so much, both Manitya Virajananda and Manitya Kaladharananda. Actually, we can see each day it is just a different, a fun, or of seeing different aspects of how you can use third eye. But seeing through the third eye is one small side effect of having the third eye awakened. But some of the most important factors are you have heightened intuition, and your IQ level, your intelligent quotient just increases, and your ability to grasp, your clarity that you have in life, everything will just change multifold.
And also wanted to just tell Ma Anastasia Rampere, sir, he had asked, he said, okay, Ma, I understand he needs to stop eating sweets and the Balasans did great. Just wanted to tell you, just the main reason she keeps eating those is because inside her, because she's experiencing a lot of tiredness and fatigue. She won't be able to control it on her own. She needs to come and have Swamiji's darshan. That will fill her with the life energy that she needs, and that will automatically make her itself drop the sweets. So don't force her. You just get her for the darshan. She just needs to keep seeing Swamiji. That's all is needed, and so much she herself will drop.
Yes. So now it is time for all of us to know power manifestations and Manitya Kalarananda and Manitya Yoga Pranananda. And we thank all the viewers that joined us today for this power manifestation. Let us now get ready for the further segments to prepare ourselves to receive Devi Parashakti. Thank you, Nithyananda.
1 or 2 times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By 3rd time, 4th time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Baba Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Baba Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign manifesting. The cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Baba Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. In Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara, and give you all the boons you ask. Bless you. See, each God is an independent intelligence to lead you to enlightenment. Each God is a bridge for you to achieve the Shivatva, the ultimate Shiva consciousness. Krishna is the bridge for you to achieve the Krishna consciousness. But Shiva consciousness, Krishna consciousness, all consciousness is one and the same. Ultimate consciousness only. So that energy itself completes it.
I find that the only way to relish this sweetness is through the constitution of Sri Radhika.
Bhava Samadhi Darshan is a window to the infinite expanse of consciousness, allowing us to glimpse the formless in a way that we can understand. It cleanses the karmas of lifetimes. It awakens our to the space of Paramashiva, the ultimate consciousness, and creates a deep and lasting transformation in us.
Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction and then he asked, "Will you do it?" I was shocked. I immediately folded my hands and said, "You are God, you are Shiva. How can I not do what you say?" He laughed and said, "No, only if you know I am the Guru who is going to make you experience God, you need to listen to me." Understand? The most powerful cognition is God is Guru to make you realize you are God. Only then you will achieve enlightenment. Guru is the manifest form of Paramashiva. Paramashiva is unmanifest source of Guru. All open, all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam. Welcome back everyone for the next segment. In this segment, we are going to introduce to you what are Akashic records. Now, Akashic records are records created in space. Whatever has happened in time is there as a file. Nothing can be destroyed. None of our actions, thoughts, plans, emotions, words, nothing can be destroyed. So Akashic records are cosmic archives of everything happened, happening, and will happen. Now, Akashic records are verbal, visual, 5-dimensional document. Whatever is happening is continuously getting recorded. All the information you collected from all your births is in your DNA. You can access some of them just to understand, not to waste time and again. Akashic readings are not a prediction. It is a reading from the cosmic archives. Now, as far as the dimension of space is concerned, there is no such thing as past, present, and future. Beyond the dimension of space, creation and destruction happens simultaneously. Only in the dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. In Akashic records, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what we call as happened, happening, and yet to happen are already clearly recorded. Now, in Swamiji's own words, there is nothing to comment. Nobody has the right to comment on these readings. Nobody has a right to manipulate these readings. Nobody has a right to interpret these readings. For anybody to live in tune with the cosmos, Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment, does not any practice other than listening to these great teachings. When you listen to these great readings, naturally your neck is penetrated, broken, and these truths settle in our inner space and They make you live enlightenment.
Only an avatar can decode the Akashic readings. As the avatar of Jagadguru Mahasanidanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has graced the humanity with the blessings and darshan in the form of Devi Parashakti, revealing answers to the questions to the yearning of the seekers as solutions, breakthroughs, and liberating humanity from pain and suffering. Any answer given by Devi Parashakti is just not an answer, but a karmic breakthrough for the receiver.
The reference Shastra Pramana from Vijnana Bhairava, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham Mattakshanat Devi Bhairavam Vapurabnuyat. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, looking at the spotless infinite etheric space, Akasha beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze from the third eye without blinking continuously and make the body and inner space steady and motionless. In that very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and powers of the infinite space Bhairava. That is the reference from the Hindu scriptures. Various disciples, devotees, followers, Ekalashians, Hindus worldwide have experienced the power of Akashic records. The next is the Apta Pramana. The Apta Pramana is from the Hindu Purana Mahabharata, where sage Maitreya narrates and reveals to Vidura the story of his birth in human and the reasons for all his sufferings. Sage Maitreya accessed the Akashic records and told Vidura that he was not an ordinary man, but in fact, he was an incarnation of Yamaraja.
The Atma Pramana, the accounts from the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that has been time-tested and authenticated this science. Swamiji has beautifully told that reading Akashic records is just opening the screen and it will appear. Originally, the Akashic records appear in Sanskrit and then it gets translated into repeated in the Akashic records, because the seer, during the process of seeing, because the seer is a person who is talking to you regularly in English, and he uses the same word to cognize and translate the scene during the process of seeing itself.
And now if you see the Devi Parashakti Akashic readings, the Akashic readings are directly being revealed in the source language. So it is not being translated, it is directly being revealed in the source language. The language is called the Mula Mori. That is the source language of both Tamil and Sanskrit. So the language that is being revealed by Devi Parashakti herself during the Akashic reading is the Mula Mori, the source language of both Tamil and Sanskrit. Now, what are the benefits of Akashic readings? Now, all the information that we collected in all of our previous births is in our DNA. We can access some of them just to understand, not to waste time doing the same actions again and again. Accessing the DNA code, reading the Akashic records will be useful for you to be liberated from your default future, bringing an end to binding cognitions, known and unknown suffering, leading you to experiencing enlightenment. Paramashivoham.
The initiated Balasans can view the Akashic records. However, only an avatar can alter, edit, upgrade, and change the Akashic records. During the darshan and dikshas, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blesses and upgrades the Akashic records as per the prayer of the devotee.
Now, what are the kind of questions that you can ask in the Akashic records? The most accurate and unbiased answer to any question about your life, destiny, purpose, or any everyday part of your life. Be spiritually healed of physical and emotional problems with just a look or a word. Understand the reasons behind your life's happenings. Receive blessings to fulfill your right desires. Get the clarity to redesign your future. Next, we are going to see an introduction to
all powerful cognitions, knowledge. Only when you live power manifestation and pass
of Devi Parashakti. This is directly from Saundarya Lahari. The shloka says, Shaktya yukto yati bhavati shakta prabhavitum nache devam devo nakalu kushalaha spanditumapi atastvam aradhyam harihara virinjadhir virapi pranatvam stotvam va katamakrita punyaha prabhavati. Or one who does not sing your praise become adequate to worship. The second reference, the shloka, Bhavanitvam dasi mahi vitara drishtim sakarunam iti stotvam vanchan kadyati bhavanitvam itiyaha tadaivatvam tasmai disasi nija sayuchya padavi mukunda brahmendra sputa makuta nirajita padam. If anyone has a wish in his mind to pray, you Bhavani, my mother, shower on me a part of your merciful look. Even before he says, you Bhavani, you my goddess, would give him the water falling from the crowns of Vishnu, Rudra and Brahma at your feet and grant him eternal life in your world.
Devi Parashakti, the feminine consciousness, all the great things can start only with the mother. Bhuvaneshwari is the cosmic mother and goes in. Source, where the Big Bang and the black hole goes on. Parashakti is a source Shakti, source energy, source power from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us going to merge. It is like a wave, starts from the ocean, stays in the ocean, rises in the ocean, falls into the ocean.
Parashakti is the main deity of the sacred feminine and the divine consort of Bhagavan Paramashiva, who is the subconsciousness. Parashakti is an embodiment of Tyaga.
Now let us see why the divine feminine consciousness is unique to Hinduism. The unique contribution to the spiritual consciousness from if the sacred feminine tradition is there, then the whole thing can be revived because that is a seed.
Hinduism has at least 10,000 sampradayas, subsects. If all the sampradayas are lost for some reason and only this one sampradaya, the Devi worship, remains, the whole thing can be brought back, because the whole thing is centered on this one, the mother worship. Mother worship carries the blueprint, the hologram of the whole Vedic tradition. Now, the sacred feminine is the hologram of the Vedic tradition. There is no enlightened being on the planet Earth without worshipping the sacred feminine, including me. In Supreme Pontiff's own words, he is narrating that I am basically a Shakta. I myself followed Devi worship from the beginning. If you see my biography, and all the deities I carved, all the darshans I had, all are mother-based, Devi-based. In the words of Sri Ramakrishna, unless she opens, nobody can reach. Very beautifully, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa describes the house scene. Even though the husband is the owner, the key to the house is in the hands of, is in the hip of the mother. Either you have to fall at the feet of the mother, or the small sons of the mother. Only they can touch that place, the hip of the mother, and remove the key. Nobody else can touch. Either surrender to the mother, or people.
The enlightened time-space zone through deities and incarnations. In Madurai, Paramashiva as Bhagavan Somasundareshwara and Devi Parashakti as Devi Meenakshi came down from Kailasa and established the greatest enlightenment ecosystem. In Madurai, Bhagavan Somasundareshwara graced the people of Madurai with various miracles, and he stays in a frequency where he can immediately assume the human body and relates with you, answers you, responds to you, and raises you. This whole Shiva Leela Nava in Madurai, beautifully Paramashiva reveals that in every time when he assumes the form to manifest certain power and grace the devotees, he exemplifies the expression of certain sacred secret that the humanity can benefit from.
And before we enter into the Leelas of Lord Sundareshwara, let us take a short break.
One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Baba Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat, enjoy. Spiritual feast, enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Baba Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some great spiritual sciences unique to Hinduism. Subtle, otherworldly, but definitive sign. Manifesting the cosmic beings in Archavatara, deities in Nijavatara, living incarnations is possible. Understand? Kriya Pada of Vedas and Agamas elaborately explain the whole science of
making the cosmic beings manifest in Archavatara, deities and Nijavatara, living incarnations, both. During the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, literally those cosmic beings manifest through this body. Just like how they manifest in Archavatara, deity, they manifest in Nijavatara, Pratyakshavatara.
Yes. So now we are going to enter into the understanding the Leela of Somasundareshwara, the Leela Paramashiva himself performed in Madurai. The Leela of Ellam Alla Siddhar. Lord Somasundara assumed the guise of a Siddha to shower them with blessings in this life and beyond. With a charming face and gentle perspiration, the Lord wandered through the shopping areas, crossroads, porticos, art galleries, courtyards. He would stay on the north side while appearing to be in the south. While appearing to be in the east, he would remain in the west. He would suddenly disappear. He would look at old people and blow, and they will become young suddenly. When he blows on a beggar, suddenly that beggar becomes a king. I don't want to come. Since the Siddhar did not come to the king decided to meet the Siddhar. The Siddhar placed himself on the northwest of the dome. On the first day of the Tamil month Thai, Pandian worshipped at the temple. He saw the Siddhar seated arrogantly on the way. The king asked him about his land, his name, and what he wanted. The Siddhar replied that he was a wanderer through all the lands. However, he lived in Kashmir in the city of Kasi. All those who lived the great life of begging belonged to his class. He was an expert in Vedas and had no expectation from anybody. But he will perform miracles for the people and give them what they want. The king arrogantly spoke to him and said, "If you can feed a sugar cane to the stone elephant and it can eat, I will believe you are Sundareshwara Paramashiva." The Siddhar just looked at the elephant and the elephant just ate the sugar cane. The elephant also pulled the pearl necklace of the king and swallowed it. The king got frightened. He fell at the feet of the Siddhar and said, "Please pacify this elephant." The Siddhar forgave the king. The elephant cooled down. The Siddhar gave the swallowed pearl necklace back to the king. That necklace was a traditional necklace given to the king's family by Meenakshi herself. So because it is a hereditary necklace and a royal symbol of the Madurai kingdom, the king got it back and was relieved. The story of Ellam Alla Siddhar. Next, the story of Paramashiva. Paramashiva tests the strength and the will persistence of the devotees. Paramashiva tests only the tyaga of a real devotee. Before you connect a house or a gadget with electricity, you check the capacity with the wire to see if the medium is capable of transmitting this huge electricity. Else it will get burnt. So before Paramashiva transmits the powers, he tests your capacity of tyaga, because only then you will be able to receive it. Of Shaivism, Paramashiva came down and graced the life of 9 Mars and liberated them with living enlightenment. First, we are going to see the story of Kungiliya Kalaya Nayanar. The Kungiliya Kalaya Nayanar was a Brahmin by caste. He got the name because he was always holding the pot, an incense stick pot, in his hand. He considered burning of the incense stick. Before Paramashiva was the best service to him. Paramashiva was highly pleased with the Nayanar's intense devotion and his wonderful service. He wanted to put it to test so that the true glory of his supreme devotion to Paramashiva may be understood by all. By the will of Paramashiva, over a course of time, Kungili Kalaya Nayanar's wealth diminished. He lost his money and possessions. He had to sell his properties to feed his starving family. However, he continued to burn incense sticks, wife golden thali, the Mangal Sutra, the necklace given by the groom to the bride in a Hindu wedding, which he wears as a sign of her marital status, remained. The wife removed her thali and gave it to Kalaya Nayanar to sell and bring some rice for the family, even though it is considered inauspicious for married women to remove it. One day, his dutiful wife thought, everything has been sold. Only this Mangalyam thread with a pendant, which every married woman must always have on her person till the husband dies, and which is when it is an some rice with which we did. As he was proceeding to the market to sell it, Paramashiva himself appeared before him in a guise of a hawker and head and said he had a very good incense. The word incense at once made Nayanar forget himself and his mission. He quickly bought the incense for the price of the Mangalyam and went to the temple to burn it before Paramashiva. His wife patiently waited for his return, and not finding him even after nightfall, put the children to bed and remained praying. Paramashiva was immensely pleased with this noble couple. The faithful wife was prepared to part with even the most sacred ornament for the service of her husband. That night, Paramashiva appeared in her dream and blessed her with all the wealth.
She woke up from her sleep and was amazed to find all types of wealth in the house. She sang his glories. Immediately, she prepared a nice meal and was waiting for her husband's return. After blessing the Nayanar's wife, thus Paramashiva appeared before the Nayanar in the temple and said, "O noble soul, I am immensely pleased with your devotion. Your dutiful worship is anxiously waiting for you in the house with milk and food. Kindly go to your house." It was only then that Nayanar became aware of this world. He returned to the house and found that it has been transformed into a heaven by the grace of Paramashiva. Shiva Bhaktas too had assembled in the house in large numbers. They all sang the glories of Paramashiva. Nayanar treated the wealth that the Paramashiva had bestowed upon as a property of Shiva Bhaktas and served them.
One day, Kungili Kalaya Nayanar wanted to visit the temple at Tiruppanandal. A small story about the temple at Tiruppanandal. The main deity of this temple is Arunashadesha. Tadagai was a daughter of an Asura. For getting a son, she worshipped the Shivalinga regularly. One day, at the end of the worship, she wanted to garland the Shilingam. As she lifted the garland with both her hands, her cloth began to slip from her waist. She held it with her elbows and hence could not raise her hand and the garland high enough. To relieve her, Paramashiva leaned to one side and accepted the garland.
Many people tried to pull the lingam straight, but it could not be done. Kunguli Kalaya Nayanar heard that the king of the place was upset about it and wanted the lingam to be straightened. Kunguli upright. Devas rained flowers from the heaven. All were amazed and recognized the glory of Nayanar and his devotion to Paramashiva.
Go ahead, ma.
Yeah. Kunguli, this we have finished it actually. After spending more time in the service of the Paramashiva and his bhaktas, Nayanar reached his abode.
How Bhagavan Paramashiva as Ellam Alla Siddhar performed so many miracles in Madurai. How Bhagavan Paramashiva performed the miracles in the lives of his devotees. The very incarnation of Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti continuing to perform miracles in the lives of the devotees. We are now going to see some of the miraculous experiences the disciples, the devotees, the followers of Supreme Pontiff are experiencing with Devi Parashakti manifesting through the Nityavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism after a short break.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. All powerful cognitions, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live. In one line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love that everyone is Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist. Not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
Celebrate your existence because you are consciousness. I am teaching you the pure science of enlightenment. Paramashivoham. I am revealing this science to you all because I love you all. Because I love you all. To make people understand, Hinduism is functional system, not just for enlightenment, even economic principles, policies, administrative policies, social structures, everything in every level. So the humble effort to keep that grand narrative alive is this Kailasa. I welcome all of you, the whole world, to come and celebrate, enjoy not only the enlightenment ecosystem, the beauty of how it is getting revived. Be an insider for this great revival process. If you are an insider even for a startup company, you will understand not only the result of the company, even that being an insider is such a joy. Being an insider when it was happening is something extraordinary. So, I welcome all of you to come and be part of an insider of this revival of Kailasa, the enlightenment ecosystem, sovereign order of Kailasa, Kailasa nation itself. I request and welcome, invite all of you to become e-Kailasian. Get your free e-passport and make billions receive this free e-passport.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Now we are going to hear some of the exciting, miraculous experiences and happenings in the life of the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who have been touched, transformed, healed by the divine Akashic revelations, the Akashic readings by Devi Parashakti herself, manifesting through the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So now we have Maha Kalpavrikshananda, who is joining us to share her experience with all of us today. Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyananda Ma.
Nithyananda Ma, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? And go ahead and share your experience of Devi Parashakti Akashic readings.
Yeah, very warm. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share. I was always hesitating to do so, but so my name, I just was blessed with also my spiritual name. I'm very grateful for that. And I'm living in Germany. I have a scientific organization is very intellectual, and yeah, since 3 or 4 years now, I connected to Swamiji via watching some satsangs on YouTube. And I'm already blessed with so many experiences. That's what the most amazing. This is experiential science. You have to experience it by yourself, because I'm always requesting for another proof. Is it true? Is he really talking to me? Or is it just my imagination? And that was exactly my question yesterday. I didn't wanted to come on Zoom to show, so I stand back, and I was just asking exactly this question, because all this concept of a guru and so on is still also working in me, and I really think it's time to speak out what we are really feel. And because in our culture, it's, you don't talk what you are voting, what you're really feeling, but it's time to speak out and to transform. And yeah, I'm very, very thankful for this, that Swamiji came in my life. Yeah, and to connect with all these most amazing people in Sangha, to face also our own blind spot, where we have to take responsibility what is going on. To transform, we have really to look in and to face, and not always doing what is pleasant, but what is needed. Yeah.
Absolutely, ma'am. So beautiful. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience. So how was your experience of Devi Parashakti Akashic reading?
Yeah, yesterday I wrote just in the chat box, and I didn't expect it, not at all. As I said, I was hiding. I didn't came on Zoom, and so I just wrote how to. I really want to connect with you. I'm struggling. How can I relate really with you? And yeah, and exactly he said Tatastu. And I was, this is shocking, amazing, yeah, just bliss, pure bliss.
Total bliss. And when Devi uttered your name, Maha Kalpa Vriksha Nanda, so how was the immediate response that you had in you?
Yeah, a kind of positive shock. It's energizing, and really, what is it? I was asking other people, did you hear this too? Or even that I questioned. It wasn't my name, was it really my name? And yeah, so yeah, just kind of this only. So this is what I really like, because always I was overthinking and stepping back and just close your eyes and look what you feel, and it's true. Just to have this open mind, and find it out for yourself.
Wow. And this is one thing that I wanted to share with all the viewers. So many of us do not put the questions thinking, oh, it will never get answered. So many of us don't even try, because there are so many, thousands that are putting and flooding. Literally, the YouTube is flooding like anything. You can't even see the question that you're posting. It just goes off so fast. You don't even know where you posted your question. It's like that. But even in that scenario, don't give up and say, oh, you know what, I don't think my question can ever get answered. You never know. Everybody whose question got answered thought that they will never get, it will never be, they will never have that chance. But they attempted. They just connected to Devi. As Ma Brita said, she just wanted to experience that feeling connection with Devi. And she asked her, you please tell me, how do I experience that feeling connection with you? And Devi immediately blessed her with Tatastu. So be it, let you experience. So beautiful, Ma Brita. Just, when you know, and when you see, when you just hear that Devi calling out your name, something else happens. A total alchemy process happens inside of you, which you cannot explain through words. And I have heard this from so many people. Devi just calling out your name has a beautiful and a great transformation in you. Brita, ma, tell me, ma, how did you experience it?
Yeah, just I wanted to say that it's pure joy. Even people are asking me, what are you taking, or what's, I said, it's pure bliss for no reason. This is exactly the the situation. So, and even also what I really want to say is also, it's more easy to deal with people with different opinions, and don't to take it personally. It's just totally a different perspective of raising each other, and yeah, in pure oneness. So
wow,
that's
it's a beautiful opportunity to raise each other in the space of pure oneness. Wonderful, Maha Kalpavrikshananda. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your experience.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, before we move on to the next participant and next devotee who's here to share, let's take a short break.
Once, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, my guru, gave me an instruction, and then he asked, "Will you do it?" I was shocked. I immediately folded my hands and said, "You are God, you are Shiva. How can I not do what you say?" He laughed and said, "No, only if you know I am the guru who is going to make you experience God, you need to listen to me." Understand? The most powerful cognition is God is Guru to make you realize you are God. Only then you will achieve enlightenment. Guru is the manifest form of Paramashiva. Paramashiva is unmanifest source of Guru. One or two times have Ganapati Darshan, Venkateshwara Baba Samadhi Darshan, Devi Baba Samadhi Darshan. By third time, fourth time, you will see every prayer you are asking those beings, Ganapati or Venkateshwara or Subramanya or Parashakti. Simply those prayers become reality, and the relationship between you and that cosmic beings built. I tell you, each Baba Samadhi Darshan is a spiritual treat. Enjoy. Spiritual feast. Enjoy. Don't miss it. Never miss a Baba Samadhi Darshan. Enjoy Paramashivoham, which is introducing and making you cognize the cosmic principles and cosmic beings. The state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. There are some all-powerful cognitions, knowledge. Only when you live power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism is greater science. We do everything centered on greater science of cosmos called Vedas and Agamas. That is the branding of Hinduism. That is the core center of Kailasa. That is the way Kailasa should manifest and live.
line, if I have to put it in a simple way, seeing always each other with a tremendous love that everyone is Paramashiva. There starts Kailasa. Whether you hug each other, love each other, or ferociously train each other, the core cognition should be seeing each other as Paramashiva. That is where the seed of Kailasa starts. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist. Not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanyapitas all over the world. Celebrate your existence because you are conscious. I am teaching you the pure science of enlightenment. Paramashivoham. I am revealing this science to you all because I love you all. Because I love you all. Kailasa is an effort, humble offering at the feet of Paramashiva to keep the grand narrative of Hinduism alive.